You guys, this was so much fun, but it's messy. So I bought some shaving cream. I was in Walmart and I just bought this. Now, buy unscented shaving cream if you can, because I made so many prints at one time, I started sneezing because of the smell. But my card smells so good. So anyway, I'm using one of these disposable things I had in my kitchen. I added some shaving cream, and now I'm going in and adding a couple different drops of ink refills. These are Catherine Pooler ink refills. I'll list the exact colors in the description below. I always refer to my color wheel because I want to be careful that as I mix some things around, it doesn't turn to mud. I am using a chopstick to kind of stir all that up. Q-tip, I don't know, end of a paintbrush, whatever, just to kind of stir that up and swirl it up, really. We're not doing too much stirring, we're swirling. All right, so let the fun begin. I'm using regular white cardstock, not watercolor, just plain Jane white cardstock. And here's the first thing. I have never done this before. This is all live with you. Some things will work out, some things won't. So here's the look at that, and then I'm just setting it off to the side. I had to go lock my dogs up in the room because they were trying to lick the shaving cream there. Anyway, as they were drying. So now I'm just pressing the top part of the card, not the full thing. All right, so I'm going to try to do some still shots after I take the print, so you'll see what it looks like. But kind of what it looks like now and what it looks like after is completely different, and I will show you all that in just a minute. I'm going to take an acrylic block. I've got a little round one here, and I'm going to press that into the shaving cream magic. I don't know what I want to call it. It just looks really good. And check that out. Set that to the side, and I'll do it again with what's left on the block. So you just basically sit down and have a complete session of playing around. I grabbed a stencil here. I'm working off of a glass mat, and I have a cloth, and I'm just wiping up the shaving cream as I go. That gets everywhere. This is a luggage tag my son made when he was little, and I've kept it forever, and this is what I could find to kind of blend that onto the stencil. It's quite old, so that address is no longer active, if you can even read that. So I'm just basically smushing it through a stencil, and you get some really cool results. Think about any stencils that you have or any patterns or whatever. Now I took the shaving cream side of the stencil and I'm basically pressing it through. I'm stamping with it, in other words. Now I should have used a card because that's cool, but I didn't. But it was super cool. And then I lift it up, and then you've got this. Kind of cool, kind of, it's just interesting, especially when you see what they look like when they're done, which I will show you, I promise. So here's an embossing folder. This is messy. I'm just going ahead and telling you, but I did not care. And because I was working off of a slippery surface, it just wiped right up. This was no big deal. So I'm going to smush it in there. Look at that. All that stuff oozes out. But this one's pretty cool looking. You can see some of those white dots from that. That's a dot and star embossing folder. I have no idea where some of my things are from. They are so old, but if they're available, I always link them in the description. Now I am smushing up the mess before I clean it up. I'm going to see if I can get anything cool, and I really don't know what it looks like until I remove the shaving cream. I keep wanting to say whipped cream. Do not eat this. Do not eat this. I don't think it will taste good. This is how easy it is to wipe up. That's just a dry dish towel, and then I just threw it in the washing machine when I was done. All right, so I'm going to use that chopstick again and see if I can add a pattern. So I'm just like, this is like, whatever. I'm just, basically there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I just look around on my desk and see what can I do with it. Some prints came out, some didn't, but you never know until you try, and it's just paper. So this one, I thought, let me add some salt to it. I know I can add salt to watercolor. Let me add salt to the shaving cream here. So I pull a little bit of it off, not a lot, and now I'm sprinkling on some salt. And the result was absolutely nothing. Don't do it. You just waste your salt. But hey, you never know until you try. All right, then I'm just going to grab a shelf liner. I actually went into my gel print box that I keep all these little doodads for gel printing, and I pulled out the shelf liner. I'm going to add a little bit more ink refill because it was getting buried, or maybe I picked it up all up, whatever. I'm just adding a couple colors. Did not consult with my color wheel this time. So whatever. It still looks good. I'm digging it. This shelf liner leaves a really cool pattern. And I'm going to keep going. This one did not turn out very good. This one, I think I did not do anything with that one. Then I'm going to take my paintbrush. I always have my watercolor brushes sitting on my desk. So I'm going to just paint on here. I thought this looked really good. Like I could have made 50 backgrounds in like 4 minutes doing this. Just and used up all that Cool Whip. See, I did it again. Shaving cream, shaving cream, shaving cream. All right, now you got to wipe it off. It's time to wipe off the shaving cream. You can grab a ruler and push it off. I'm using my luggage tag, and then towards the end, I just grabbed a paper towel and I just brushed it all off. So really, whatever way you want to get it off, do it. Brush it off, push it off. Half of the time it doesn't come off the luggage tag. It's messy, so like I said, at the end, I just got a couple paper towels and then just took it off that way. All right, so while I'm doing that, I want to talk to you about my one palette custom makeup. The colors are custom matched to my skin, so no more guessing and buying colors that made me look stupid. And all you do is take the various colors that you're matched to and you place them on your face where they belong. You do not layer a bunch over on top of each other. The older we get, you don't want to layer, you don't want to add powder. It makes you cakey, it makes all your wrinkles show and all that stuff. It's not my jam. This is a cream-based product. So when I tried it out, I had every intention of returning it, thinking it was going to be crap. And lo and behold, I love it and have so much it's not even funny. So you put the makeup where it belongs on your face. Again, no layering. Then you blend it color by color. All right. And then by the time you're done, you have this beautiful three-dimensional look on your face that is natural. All right. We're not slapping pancake makeup on your face. We're not baking our face with powder, whatever the young kids do. We're not doing any of that. And what I especially love about this is it's all in one palette and I can custom match the colors just for you. So leave me a comment. Say color match, interested, whatever, and I will reach out to you, whether it's via email, via text, whatever, and let's chat about this because I love it so much. I had to share it with you guys. I just had to. So once I got off all the shaving cream, these are what's left. See, that's what I did at the end. I just got my paper towel, dishcloth, whatever, and wiped it off. But here's all the backgrounds. Let's just look at them all. Look at them all. See how different they look? Now I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison now because I made so many, it's confusing. All right, so here's a replay of the first one I made, and here's that background with all the shaving cream all over it. And here's what the background looked like once I removed all the shaving cream. It is very intense. Cool, but intense. So I basically die cut a heart out of the middle. I also die cut another panel that didn't quite make the cut, and that's what you see, all those little skinny lines in the background. That's actually a die cut. That hello is also a die cut I used from one of the panels I didn't really care for. So don't throw away the prints that you don't like. You can get some bang out of your buck here. So that's what I ended up doing with this card. And then I had the heart left over, so that's what I did with the heart. And it's super cool now that I broke it up a little bit. It's not so in-your-face intense. All right, let's look at another one here. So this is where I just pressed it in. This is one of the earlier ones, so there's still a lot of that ink refill sitting at the top of the shaving cream. So here's a look at it. And now with the shaving cream removed, I think this is so cool and absolutely nothing I would have ever been able to get on my own with the paintbrush. So I filed that into my background section. All right, here's a look at this one where I just did some smushing on the top. And here's a look at what it looks like once I removed all that shaving cream. That's also in I didn't turn all of these into cards. I promise you I'm going to do a video just on backgrounds. What to do with the backgrounds I made. It's coming, I swear. All right, here's acrylic block stamping. This is cool, but man, I made a mess. So I'm actually going to die cut that center out. You'll see it in just a second. Here's the one where I did the double acrylic block stamping, and I was able to turn this into a card just with a couple of die cuts out of my magic mug. This is the one where we cleaned up our mess. All right, so it looks so soft and muted with all that shaving cream, but it's not. But I also got a mess down at the bottom with my fingers, so I combined the two. I die cut the circle from the first one, and I put it over the messy part of the last one. Bada bang, bada boom, people. Boop. So I think that looks pretty cool, no? Looks like a moon. Just not a realistic moon, because no moon looks like that, but it's still cool. All right, here's the one where I just painted. I mean, anybody can do this. And this is a great craft to do with your kids. It's just messy. Just keep that in mind. But cool, it just comes right off. I said cool up again. Oh, so here's what it looks like. And this one, die cut, baby. Woo! All right, so we're coming down to the end of the cards that I actually turned into cards. So I still have a bunch of backgrounds I'll use in a later video, I swear. So here's the embossing folder one. That's what it looks like. But this one, I had a Hogwarts die cut from Harry Potter, and that's what I did with that. See? All these cards I made. I have a ton of backgrounds left over. I'm sitting here staring at them. They go in my background file with the last round of video I did where I came up with a bunch of backgrounds. Remember when I made 26 backgrounds in the last video? Do you remember? Why don't you remember? Did you not watch it? Well, you need to go watch it. I'll link it right here. But anyway, so much fun. The shaving cream was actually an idea from one of you guys. Anytime you guys give recommendations, if it's something that I am passionate about and I can do, I do it. So thanks for the shaving cream. It was really a lot of fun and not something I ever did before. So keep those ideas coming, and I will see you guys next time. Subscribe, ring the bell, do your thing. Bye.